You had a tweet about bare minimum living just never excites you. You want luxury living, okay? And which is okay, that's fine. So I wanted to define what is luxury.
I think the definition varies from person to person. It's
Mhm.
whatever you consider to be luxurious. You know what I mean? What I consider to be luxurious isn't necessarily what another person deems luxurious. So I think that that's a question that each person has to ask themselves. When I say bare minimum, I'm just not interested in like doing the same things every day. Like I want to live a life full of adventure, spontaneity. I don't want my life to be mundane where I'm doing the same thing, waking up.
Spontaneity and mundane. I'm trying to remember all the words you saying.
I'm weak. But no, seriously, like I don't want to do the same thing every day, which is another reason why I think even with like career choice, I never really knew what I wanted to do when I was younger, but I knew I wanted to do something that gave me freedom. I didn't want to sit in a cubicle every single day. And that's not nothing wrong with that. That just wasn't for me. I tried it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I could speak on it because it's something that I actually tried.
Yep.
And then I realized this ain't gonna work for me. You know what I mean?
Fat for that cubicle.
It ain't even that. It's just like having to be at work.
Sorry, it's
having
the drink.
Having to be at work from like, okay, so the job that I had when I first graduated from college, I had to be at work at, I think, 7 a.m. every day.
Oh, geez.
So I used to have to wake up at 5 o'clock. And mind you, I lived in Katy, and I worked downtown. So if you from Texas or you from Houston, then y'all know how far of a drive that is, especially in the morning with morning traffic. So I'm lying. I used to have to wake up at like 4:30. So I used to have to wake up at 4.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was just going to sleep. You know, that was when I was in dreams, bitch.
Yes. So I used to have to wake up at 4:30 to be to work at 7. And then when I would get to work, I would get off, I think, at like 4 o'clock. And then I would have to drive home, be in traffic for another hour and a half just to get back home. And doing that every single day. Then I only get like, 30, 40 hours of vacation a year. Like that just wasn't for me. So I always knew I wanted to do something that gave me and allotted me the freedom to wake up when I wanted to and not have to be in work at the same place every day. So to me, that's luxury. Like the fact that I get to wake up and do what the fuck I want every day, that's luxury to me. I mean, and then also when it comes to dating, I want to be with somebody who is thoughtful, who is caring, who's naturally generous, who just gonna do stuff because that's what they want to do. I don't have to ask you to do it. Like I feel like some women are okay with dating men where they don't mind asking them to do it or dropping hints for the man to do stuff. I don't really want to be that girl. I want to be with somebody who just get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's luxury to me. Like dating somebody that I don't gotta ask. He just gonna do it. He gonna pull up. He gonna do it. He gonna make the effort. And then, of course, if we being technical, like I feel like I like nice things.
And ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I'm tired of y'all making people feel bad because they like a Chanel, a Mel.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I mean, nothing is wrong with it if you... I think you should be able to maintain it, though, if it's something you're requiring all the time.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that. But what I'm saying is, either way, just let people... I made a TikTok post about this last night. I hate when people call other people weird or try to cancel them because they have different views of life than you. So I used to be the girl that like, oh, I want a Louis bag, I wanted this bag, I wanted that bag, because that's how I felt like a man showed me that he cared about me. Now, as I grew up and I started making money, like I've realized like the more money you make, to me, the more money I make, I realize like somebody having money and just spending it on you, that's not enough.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't mean somebody cares about you necessarily. And then I realized what I really was looking for in relationships. So I say all that to say though, but just because the next person feels like, okay, this man bought me X, Y, Z, that means he cares for me. That's her beliefs. She's not weird for believing that. That's just what she prefers. That's her love language.
I mean, she not weird for believing that. Maybe a little naive, though, if we're being completely honest.
I mean, true.
Believing that
her man could be a man that doesn't have a lot, and he's like doing what he can to get her a Chanel or to get her a Louis bag. You know what I'm saying?
And so he dumb and she naive.
You never know their situation.
Because
maybe he saved up. Or maybe
If you gotta save up to buy your girl a Chanel, you don't need to be buying it.
well, okay, I'll say it like this.
I'm just being real. Like, I hear what you're saying. I think they both need to reevaluate the relationship if that's the case. Because as the man, why are you saving up to buy her these?
Well,
and as the woman, if you know your man don't have money like that, why are you asking him to buy you a
I'm not
Chanel?
saying that it's something like regular, but like if it's like a little birthday gift or something, he saved up for a one-time gift.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Not something that he's doing all the time. All I'm saying is no matter what it is, if that's how she likes to be loved and that's how this man is wanting to show that he loves her, some people are like that. Now, if it's a rich man who spends money like that all the time on women, that's not the man I'm talking about. Because a lot of times young girls will get that confused, like, oh, he cares about me, not knowing that he does that for every woman. So that's what I'm saying. Every situation varies. For me, as a 35-year-old woman now, I've realized to me when a man shows up for me, and it can't no amount of money buy that. If a man is there, like, and he's showing like how proud he is of me, and he's giving me things like, I'm a roses girl down. Like, one thing about my man, he gonna pop up with some roses at my house. Like, he is gonna pop, whether he picking them up at Publix or he calling and getting me the whole, he gonna show up with some flowers because he knows that's how I like to be loved. So I think that's a thing in love, since we're talking about luxury.
No.
Luxury and love to me is a man showing up in your love language. Not how he thinks that you need to be loved. He's loving you how you want to be loved.
No, I 100% agree with that because I feel like even with me, like my love language, I don't want to date no man who, because I feel like I'm only going to date a guy who is more successful than me.
Right.
So if you already more successful than me and you done figured it out and you done connected the dots and you know what I'm trying to do, why would you not want to pour into me and help me as far as giving me the information?
Yep.
Or whatever it is, the resources, whatever, to help me get my business or my idea to where I want to get it to. So like, that's a turn on for me. I like men that help you with that type of stuff.
And that's luxury because a lot of people don't have that knowledge.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of simple things that are luxury. Like, it's a luxury that you have access to a man like that.
Yeah.
That you can tap into his brain like that. Like, that's a luxury. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have access to people like that. And I know this is kind of getting off topic, but I was having a conversation with Killa today, and she was showing me, so she does like, well, she was just basically telling me that somebody that she knows got a $400,000 paycheck for 2 weeks. And
doing what?
He's selling software.
Okay.
So he made $400,000 in 2 weeks, and she was like, you know, I'm sending it to people in my life, and she was like, all the women I sent it to, they were very much so like, how can I get that? Or I can do that. My first reaction was like, oh yeah, that's feasible. Because I was like, my goal in life, like, I know when I get to the point to where I'm like, okay, I'm doing something, I'm going to be making $1 million a month. I already set that. Like, that's my next goal for myself. Because I know it's realistic because I'm around people who make $1 million a month. You know, but she was like, when I sent it to certain other people, they were like, we're used to seeing that. We're living in a country where it's like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos and stuff. And she's like, this man is not Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, but it's possible. But I say all that to say, when you are in close range and in the vicinity of people who are millionaires, you realize, okay, I can get there too. But when you're not, you don't see that. The average person makes $50,000 a year. So they don't have that luxury of even having the audacity to dream about that stuff. So getting back to the luxury topic, that's what I mean. When you're in close proximity to people to where they are really trying to put you in a position to win, they are really making moves to help you get in a position to win, that's a luxury in itself. Because some people don't even have the luxury of having the audacity to even think about being a millionaire.
And shout out to my man. Hey, boo.
You know what I'm saying? So but that's a real point though. That's a real point. I mean, even having friends like me and you both not millionaires, but we always this is a money play. Oh, we need to do this.
Yeah.
Even having people that think alike as you is a luxury. Me and Killa was on the phone yesterday talking about stocks and shit.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what me and my friends talk about. Like, how are we doing these money plays? I know it sounds so like lame and boring, whatever, but I'm telling you, when you are surrounded by people who have the same goals as you and they're not trying to be like, do you really think that's gonna happen? Like, anytime Drea, Killa, my sister, Lauren, any of my friends tell me something that they want to do, I'm always like, well, how are we going to get there? How are we going to make it happen? You got to realize there's people out here who tell people their dreams and they be like, girl, be for real. Be the fuck for real.
Yeah, but see, I just think people gotta cut them type of people off. I know the people that watch this show, they've been watching for a long time. They probably be like, Drea always, I'ma just cut them people off. For real though, cut their ass off.